I see the other day someone, it was you three, they come for you lot, said you lot was, what was it? Escorting.
Oh yeah.
Obviously I'm not saying you lot escort, don't like.
Never that.
No.
But
you know what's crazy?
What do you lot feel about that? Because that's someone actually believes that you lot are not making money on social media.
You know
feel
what?
like you lot are.
I had no problem with the girl asking. Like, I had no problem with the girl asking. So I don't know why people.
Shamara made a diss track. She made a diss track.
Yeah. No, not towards her. Not towards her. Like, if you saw my reply, my reply was so calm, and people still had an issue with me replying. But she asked a question, and I, responded.
No, but if she really had a genuine question, let's not lie, she could have just slid into your DMs. And girl, you could have done it, but you made a whole video over the fact that that video was going to get attention, and that video was going to get likes, that video was going to get views, and people were going to give their opinion on people that they don't know. You made that video for clout. Like, that is what you made. If you really had a genuine question, she could have DM'd you all separately with her question. That is the truth.
She probably was
thinking,
if you
made that video.
Oh, we have fun.
I know you must be wondering, what are they talking about? They are addressing a female rapper or a female who accused these IG influencers for being escorts, which is what this whole compilation is actually going to be about. How IG models and influencers are high-end escorts, how they make their money, but all we see is the lavish lifestyle, the clothes they buy, the luxury and places that they go. We don't actually see where all this money manifests from.
Story time about how I almost became a prostitute. So on my Instagram, I usually get DMs of people who are offering me money, and that loser just happens to be one of those people. So he DMs me saying, I think you're really pretty and I want to send you 1,000 rand. So I say my banking details and I see that the money has reflected, and I was so happy.
Now, this female, she may not have officially became a prostitute, but she was entertaining it. You don't have to just sleep with a man to entertain prostitution. The fact that you are willing to accept money from a whole stranger who you don't know, who isn't your husband, who isn't your boyfriend or partner, already questions your value and your self-respect.
So then we exchange numbers, and he says he wants to take me out for shopping and he wants to take me on a date in Sandton. So I was like, yeah, that's perfect, that's fine. But I make it very clear that if you're trying to have sexy time with me, take your money back, because I don't need it like that. I am not desperate for money. And he says, no, that's not my intention. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So now this man Ubers me to Sandton, and we meet up at the Godfather, which is literally by a hotel. But he's not trying to smash. Then I saw him, and I'm not gonna lie, he was very, very attractive, but he was wearing Gucci from head to toe, and I think that's the most unattractive thing, like, ugh. So we're ordering drinks, and this man was so adamant that I order a specific cocktail. If I'm being honest, I think he's actually trying to drug me. So obviously, I'm like, nah, dude, I am not going to drink whatever you want me to drink. I'm gonna have cold drink. And the waiter comes, and this man tells the waiter, bring her the drink. So the drink comes, and I'm like, nigga, I'm not gonna drink this. So I look at the waiter, and I tell him, dude, just bring me an appetizer and bring me a straw. I want the can. Like, I'm drinking out of the can because I'm not about to get drugged. It's off brand. So the food comes, and this guy was just so dry, but honestly, I just didn't really care. I was just like, let me eat and then I'm gonna go home. But ooh, he had something else in store for me. So I'm almost done eating, and this man says to me, we're gonna go to the room now. I'm like, what? He's like, we're gonna go to the room now. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere with you, nigga. I'm not going anywhere. Then he says, you will go to the room with me.
There's a saying, common sense isn't common, which is what I see in this female. Females have been lied to so much by these different IG models, rappers, celebrities about how they accumulate their money, that they think getting money from men, it's easy. That getting money from men, all you need to do is be a baddie. All you need to do is trick him. All you need to do is have him spend money on you for a night, and then he's gonna drop a couple of grand in your pocket. That's the attitude that she had. She really believed all those lies those IG models, influencers, celebrities and rappers sell to these females, putting herself in this situation.
I I was panicking so much inside. Like, I literally felt like I was gonna die. Now I'm like, hey dude, okay, this guy's gonna clearly like take you if you don't go with him. So let me just be calm. So I'm like, okay, cool. To buy myself time, I then decide to order sushi. So order sushi, and then I tell this guy, Ish, you know, can I just go to the bathroom? I just want to make sure like I'm clean down there. I want to look good for you. So I went to the bathroom, but I actually went to the sushi bar, and I was asking, how long is the sushi gonna take? Because like I'm trying to leave with my sushi. And I'm like, let me just go, because honestly, by the time the sushi's done, it's gonna make me a prostitute. I'm not into prostitution. So now I run out of this restaurant. I'm trying to request an Uber. There are no Ubers. I'm panicking. So I see these random guys, and I'm like, guys, this guy's trying to make me a prostitute. Please can you take me to the train? And they're like, okay, girl, don't worry, we got you. And they drove me to the train. So now this man is blowing up my phone, asking me where I am, and I'm like, dude, you're just trying to make me a prostitute. Like, I'm not gonna come back. Then I got home and I saw that he blocked me, and I was like, thank God. So when you go on dates, please be careful who you go on dates with. Like, take the lesson from me. There are crazy people out there who are gonna want to prostitute you.
What's crazy, after all of that, she takes zero accountability for her actually giving the man consent by accepting his money and willingly going out with a stranger to a public place. No one can make you or turn you into a prostitute. If that was the case, it would be ex-trafficking, meaning they kidnapped you by force. So we really gotta actually not take what these females say for what it is, because she doesn't want to take accountability that she was about to prostitute herself, and she entertained it from when that money touched her bank.
Also, I look totally crazy, but I'm learning makeup every day, so we take it a day at a time. So hope you enjoyed the story time. Bye.
This is my first little moment to get away, but long story short, I am on an escort trip. Did I know that I was coming on an escort trip, or did I think I was coming on a ski trip? I thought I was coming on a ski trip. Not everyone here is an escort, but this is not, I don't want to be in this environment. Number one, I got invited by a friend who said, oh, she's been on trips with these people before, everything's...
A lot of these events that females go to, when I say females, I'm talking about these influencers and IG models who go to all these places and you see them networking. It's really for escorting, or they're part of an escorting agency, which is where she found herself in that ski trip.
As someone who lives near Miami, I did not know this. Oh, I was really naive, really naive. I used to be like, oh my God, I really want to be on a yacht. I want to be in nice cars. I want to be getting gifts, etc, etc. Mind you, I thought people were really finessing men out there. Really just answering a text and getting bills paid. It wasn't until I was in the crowd and hearing what they were saying they had to do that I realized this wasn't the life for me.
I mean, that's the whole point, is to make other females believe there is some actual authentic business savvy female behind all the money that you see her spending. You know, they really want you to believe that they were intelligent enough to be able to trick a guy, to be able to have that much money from a guy without having to do anything. They're not going to tell you that, because what it does now, it not only gives them a bad reputation, their value already is not there, but in the public eye, they do want to sustain some type of respect in the audience's eye.
These girls are really selling themselves. And I'm talking like no morals whatsoever. Because I don't know about you, but I was raised in my body's a temple. And not to let just anybody into it, you know what I mean? But some of these girls will really just meet up with somebody just to get like bills paid, sleep with them, do everything with them, and then be like, oh yeah, he definitely paid for this, definitely paid for... But you also gave him something to pay for. So don't be envious of these girls. Don't be envious of this lifestyle, because they're actually giving up stuff too to get this money.
It's fair then to ask, if you were to make a percentage estimate, guesstimate, how many influencers do you think are
really
real influencers? And everything we see is from the money that they invoice from brands.
30%.
You're saying 30% of influencers are making money from influencing, and the other 70%
are purely selling themselves.
Compromising themselves through sex.
Selling other people. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Basically, to summarize what they're talking about, in case anyone missed it, is out of 100, only 30% aren't escorting. So you have a whole other 70% that are escorting. And what I really like about this video is she's going to break it down to why this is her stance and what she sees.
That's why when you look at things like awards, right? It's a very small portion of people who will really be recognized for pure work. And then, yes, there's also the issue that other people would be undermined and what. But it shows you how small it is, because there's probably 2 or 3 awards that really recognize influencing. And I understand it's a new industry and so forth, right? However, there are people who are honestly working, and you see it in their consistency, and you see it with the brand alignments, and you see it with the campaigns that they do over what period of time. However, where it becomes questionable, it's the lifestyle audit.
Yes.
Where you're like, you are in South Africa. You hardly travel for big campaigns, so you are not getting paid in dollars or pounds. However, you're living like a millionaire at the age of 27.
Yes, you're sounding very specific at the point.
At the age of 27, 25, 28, whatever, right?
Let's begin with age. How many females who, in general, average females, we can't even say this for men, we can't even say this for average people, to be honest. How many average people at 27, 28, 29, 30 can be able to accumulate money the way IG influencers and models do that quickly at such a young age? We have to look at this realistically. There's no way you are making all that money for being an influencer and just showing off a bunch of brands. There's no way you're living like a millionaire. There's no way your lifestyle is a luxury every single day.
If we were to honestly do a lifestyle audit, will it marry what you say you're doing? Which is you posting a water bottle, a makeup brand, you're posting maybe some gym wear, and those things are once in a while. It's not like it's every day they give you these things. They give you one package once a month, you post for them, they pay you a certain percentage, that's it. But you live.
Now, I'm not saying you can't make money. What I am saying is, what type of lifestyle are they living? And is posting for makeup, water bottles, eyelashes, weaves, or your shoe game every day, or your outfit, is it really making you be able to go on holiday every week? First class flights every week? High-end events? We have to look at that. You know, you can make your money and live decently, but to think you can just become rich off of that, you know, it is very questionable.
Honestly, guys, the prostitution girlies are winning. The prostitution girlies are winning. I got booby, guys, because I can't afford to fail, guys. I can't afford to fail. The prostitution girlies are just looking cute, going out there in Dubai, they in Tonton. Then now must be suffering. I'm suffering. The prostitution girlies are like living their best lives, and men are finding them. They're living the best of.
You didn't have a clue.
Do you know that many university students are prostitutes? Let me tell you something. I remember this one time we were having some unscheduled load shedding and all that, so I didn't cook. I wanted something to eat. I wanted to grab something to eat quick. So I requested a boat. The brother comes, I will never forget his name, Johannes. And I got into the car on our way to the mall to grab something to eat. There was a car accident. So we had to pause, we had to stop the car, and we started talking. And you know, he just turned to me, he asked me, do you have a girlfriend? I say, no, man, I don't have a girlfriend and all that. And we went deep until I found out that he's an escort agent. And I went deep with him, and he said, well, my clientele consists of many students, you know, so he's a mediator between the students and the other clientele and all that. So I say, well, how do you hook the students? How do you get them, you know, to do this thing and all that? He says, well, when a student requests for boat and all that, what I do with my boys, because it's a team, You know, these guys, they drive this nice cars, you know, Bolt and all that. They drive this Bolt cars and all that. And he says, well, we try to talk the girls into this thing. Many of them, they do reject it, but most of them, they do accept it because, you know, girls, they want their iPhones, they want the lifestyle, you know, they want to live the Instagram lifestyle and all that. So we make all those false promises and boom, boom, boom. We invite them to this nice parties, nice clubs. We get them the VIP access to be with this, you know, rich ballers and all that. And
what stood out to me about this video, and it is very common, especially in South Africa, a lot of these students do end up getting into prostitution and escorting through agencies to be able to mimic the IG influencers and IG models a lifestyle. There's only a few that really understand what it takes, and this man who is the runs the agencies to recruit escorts and men that they can sleep with knows that too. And what he does, he sells the same dream that all of you females are chasing when you see these influencers online.
No. Look, that was our signal. Yeah. Like we be like, yo, I got some 150s coming through.
Yeah. So 150.
That's how much they charge, 150 per person. Damn, that's that we sick, right?
Oh, that's sick.
No, we be like, yo, I got some. And then they be like, yo, I got some 250s. Yeah, niggas like, oh, she might be a celebrity.
Right. 250, bro. I got some 50, a little 300.
Yo, them Instagram niggas, them Instagram girls, they be following. Yes, 250s.
250s.
Some of them girls that's on TV being movie stars, got them for 250.
Okay, what's the most expensive?
They go to 1,000 now.
They go to now 1,000 now.
So who is that? Like
those are 250s.
They used to be 250s.
They jump from
they jump from 250
like
to 1,000.
They go from 5 to 1,000. It's 500 to 1,000. That's their range. 500 to 1,000.
I really liked how they explained how these IG models and influencers are infiltrating the wealthy world, how they make their money in the wealthy world without any of us actually knowing and seeing it. The one person that really this makes me think about, because the female host asked who, a great example is Brittany Renner. Another great example is Superhead. For those that know who Superhead is, she is someone that also used to sleep with celebrities and rappers like Lil Wayne. But what that shows me is this is how they're getting paid. And all you see is a pretty face, fine body, affluent men around them, and not realizing that it's all business.
So like without saying any names, that used to be when they was 250s then, they are now celebs. Or they were celebs then too. But just the price, inflation.
As influencers.
Influencers, Because NBA player, we'll pay whatever for the first night.
Yeah.
And she'll get it. No, she gonna get it. But she might lose. Listen, here, I'm gonna tell you. For all my,
paying so much money,
because we got it. We don't give a fuck. So look, I didn't mean it. We don't give a fuck. Listen, for all my future 304s, and this is gonna sound, but I'm just gonna put you on game. If you fucking 4 dudes a year or 3 dudes a year, I'm telling you, from the ages of probably 18 to 35, treat it like a business. Get you some NBA players. Let them 3 NBA players. Think about it. The NBA player on the lowest end, on the brokest nigga in the NBA, he gonna pay you about $5,000 a month just to fuck with you. $5,000 a month. So if you got 3 of them, that's $15,000 a month just on the bottom end. Now you talking about you got like a James Harden, a motherfucker, Paul George or something, or me. You talking about just on fucking around with you? You talking about 10, 20 grand a month just to be cool. And you might have to sleep with dude maybe twice a month, 3 times a month, right? With those dudes. 3 times a month, depending. You making 60 grand a month. What job, what education you gonna get?
What a lot of these females do is they start off broke. And instead, like normal average people who would get a career, they get into the industry through sleeping with affluent men, celebrities, rappers, men that are in the sports field. This is how they get access to the money that we see them flaunting all over social media. Either they first of all build their portfolio on Instagram, which is what it is for these females. They build those portfolios, they get DMs like we saw all the other broke chicks get it. Although IG models and IG influencers, they market themselves to target affluent men only. And that's the difference between the average 304 or prostitutes. Escorts get paid more on the higher end.
From the ages of 20 to 35, that's gonna pay you 60 grand a month.
That's not realistic.
Like, what the fuck?
That's not
What?
realistic.
That's a job. Like,
What's gonna pay you
That's
60
not
grand a
realistic.
month?
If she find a gig, she gonna hold on to that gig.
That's what I'm saying. What occupation that you got from the ages of 20 to 35, you gonna make that kind of money. You do that, bank up till you 35. Like some of these girls are touching $1 million a year, ain't got 5 grand in their bank account. They got a closet full of Birkin bags, red bottoms, ain't got shit to show for it. And they touched $1 million that month or that year. Treat it like a job. I'm trying to tell y'all for the future. For the girl. Because the reason we're gonna pay, we're paying, like the reason we deal with hoes is we're paying them to leave. They don't say nothing. They keep telling us. We don't care if they fucking with 2-3 dudes. They not telling on nobody. So if we got a girl, shoot, she's cool. We can show up. She can show up anytime. She ain't never gonna out us.
Those are the best.
Those are the best.
Those are the best.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
I know a lot of guys are gonna say, well, these NBA players, these rappers, affluent men, they're all simps to be paying for escorts. I disagree. They're not simps. It's actually to protect themselves. Realistically, we have to think about it. Every female has a price. We all know that. But what we need to also understand is what female can afford to get what she wants and what type of man is willing to pay the price that she is asking for. So these type of affluent men, they're not gonna go for your average everyday female, for your average dusty female, for your average broke 304. No. Why? She is a liability. It's not that these affluent men are simps. He is protecting his brand. What happens is the average broke females can only really get the guy from the block, the guy from down the high street, your Tyrone, your Pookie, all these type of guys. That's the average female's price. When I say average females, I'm talking about the broke 304s. That's their price. Their price is, oh, take me out, let's go to a party, buy me maybe something to smoke, or take me out to dinner. That's their price. She can't get with an NBA player because the first thing she's gonna do is go tell everyone and do it for clout and catch unnecessary feelings, which is why the men said she will leave. With the IG models and IG influencers, by paying escorts, you erase all of that. You have a set price, you get what you want, you get what you need, your brand is protected, and it's just as easy as that. So you don't have to really worry about anything else but the pleasure that you're paying for. And they're willing to pay for it because they have the money to pay for it. That's why it's nothing. It don't mean nothing. They get paid millions. What's 5 grand gonna do to them? What's 1 grand gonna do? What's 250 gonna do? Tyrone ain't gonna pay that. But the NBA is gonna pay that for a reason. And also, a lot of these NBA players or these affluent men, they don't attract a traditional woman. That's also another reality that they know they're in. A traditional woman is a traditional woman for a reason. She's not going for an affluent man. She's going for a traditional man. She isn't going to find any of this attractive. That industry is not somewhere that she wants to be in or raise her family in. Those type of women, he already knows, it's never going to happen and it's never going to work. Which is why they're always willing to pay for escorts, which are these IG influencers and IG models. That's how they have their come up, and that's how these guys have their come up. They both help each other hand in hand. He gets the clout and she gets the money. What I also wanted all of us to see as well is these affluent men, we all actually believe they're getting 304s left, right, mid, center. We all actually believe that there's a line of 304s that they can just get. Yes, there are the average and broke females, but we already stated their liability. They already stated their liability. We're not talking about them. We're talking about these IG models and influencers that we see Shaq sleep with, we see P. Diddy sleep with, we hear Lil Wayne sleep with, we see Drake around, these footballers sleep with. They're paying for all these females and make it seem as if they're just getting them for free. And what happens is we begin to estimate their value based off how many females they can sleep with, not realizing they're paying for them and not realizing there's a reason why they're paying for them. It's all business. Now, don't be shocked that the females and the males aren't willingly putting their business out there, which is why they're paying for escorts, so that doesn't happen. Don't be shocked that these rappers are gonna, indirectly they are telling you these females want the money, but they ain't telling you they're paying these females. Don't be shocked. That's all part of the business. We even have Lil Wayne, T-Pain, who say it themselves. It's not tricking if you got it.
I can put you in a log cabin, somewhere in Aspen. Girl, ain't nothing to the pain, ain't tricking if you got it, what you asking for. Put you in a mansion, somewhere in Wisconsin. Like I said, ain't nothing to the pain.
What does that even mean? Well, what I'm hearing is he has the money to pay you. The same way the NBA player said, it's nothing, we got it. It's not tricking if you got it. For an average guy, it is. Because he's gonna be broke at the end of the day. And he has no mansion. Where's she gonna take her pictures? Where is he gonna fly her to? And even if he does, whose pocket is it hurting, his or hers? Now, someone like T-Pain and Lil Wayne ain't hurting his pocket. That's easy money to spend. They spend that on their shoes, on their clothes. What does that even mean if you're spending it on a female? They spend it on weed. So spending it for a high-end escort, or just an escort, which is really the same thing, is nothing to them. They're saying what they're doing indirectly. And we've all been bamboozled to think that it was free coochie they were getting because they're the man. Because he's T-Pain, he's Lil Wayne, he's these NBA players. They fooled us to believe that. Same way these IG models and influencers fooled the females to believe that they're actually making real money by themselves.
I think this might be more public knowledge now, but in case you don't know, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Most of those Instagram models you see, they're actually just high-end. And this isn't like a conspiracy theory. This is a real thing. I first heard about this all the way back in 2017 because there was a website called Tag the Sponsor. I don't know if that's still a thing, but when you see these Instagram models living these lavish lifestyles and you wonder how they can afford it, they can't. Someone's paying for it all in exchange for, and not just doing, I mean doing some of the craziest shit you can imagine. Like, it goes beyond just kinky. I mean the absolute most degrading things you can think of. I can't even say it on here because this video will get taken down. But you can Google it if you're curious. This is especially common in Dubai. The biggest dead giveaway is when you see these girls traveling first class Emirates to Dubai. Dubai is where a lot of these things happen because they have a lot of money over there and there's a lot of powerful men. I promise you, these Instagram girls are not making enough money on their own to be able to afford this kind of travel. There's also yachting. When you see girls who are constantly out on yachts or private jets, a lot of times it's because these millionaires or billionaires are actually paying them to be there and paying them for many other things besides just their presence. And apparently, even a lot of celebrities and influencers do this too. I guess you can question if this is morally wrong because they're consenting to it and it's their body, so who am I to tell them what they should or shouldn't do? But I think what's wrong is selling this lifestyle as if it's something they could achieve on their own. Escorting is incredibly common in many places, way more common than you think. And they make a lot of money. This is why you can't really trust what you see on social media, and you should never compare yourself to the girls you see online. You shouldn't be jealous of the people you see living your dream life because there's potentially a lot of nightmare stuff happening behind the scenes that you don't know.
From the highest paid models, actors, royalty to influencers, many well-known names in the industry indulge themselves in yachting. For those of you unfamiliar with the term, it's a practice when extremely wealthy people pay girls to spend time with them on yachts, and the girls are often referred to as yacht girls. So which celebrities and wealthy individuals are typically involved in yachting? Even though these celebrities are already rich, then why indulge in yachting? And what exactly happens on these mega yachts? Yachting is Hollywood's biggest open secret. From top models like Bella Hadid, Kendall Jenner, Irina Shayk, Emily Ratajkowski, to even Hailey Baldwin being rumored to have done yachting. And it's not just models doing this. Even Kylie and Kim have done it. And at some point, it was rumored that even Meghan Markle had also done it, which we'll discuss later. And the list just keeps going. Even though these people are already pretty rich, their wealth is nothing compared to wealthy clients who hire them.
I know a lot of men cussed me out when I made that stripper video because I called NBA players, rappers, and kingpins high value men. Well, what would you call these men? We all know that they're not NBA players or affluent men. These are wealthy men. These are millionaires and billionaires that society sees and deems to be high value. I personally don't see them as high value. I don't define any of these men as high value men, but society does, and a lot of people do. And what I'm exposing here is even these high value men that people call them also pay for escorts.
Usually these girls are often recruited by their co-stars or other yacht girls to party and hang around the super wealthy and powerful people in return for luxurious gifts and cash. But an unwritten rule is that they need to have sex or carry out certain favors for those rich and powerful people and their guests. This helps them make up to $40,000 or upwards of 6 to 7 figures just for one night.
In this case, I know there are going to be a few people that are going to think, well, this is all conspiracy. Fine, if you want to label it as conspiracy, so be it. Although we do know reputation is very, very important no matter who you are. My point being is, if these millionaires, billionaires, high value men have such a reputation, are we just going to ignore it because of the amount of money they have and who society sees them to be? Are we still going to place value in that? Or are we actually going to place value on traditional value?
There have been many blind items alleging that Sky Jackson has been yachting since she was a young teen and that her parents were encouraging this. Here's a new blind item that is allegedly about her, and I do want to make it clear that if this is true, then she is a victim since this began when she was a child, and we should in no way be blaming or shaming her for this. This former Disney actress was already yachting by the time she hit 15. Her family knew that is when she would make the most bucks. Their plan was to save it, but they spent it as fast as it came in. And again, this is allegedly Sky Jackson.
I also wanted to talk about the beauty standards and the whole rating 1 to 10. How a lot of times when people want to estimate how a person is either a 1 or 10, they're actually being compared to escorts. That's what we're really doing to average women, to average people. We've been doing it to average men. When we rate men, we're rating them with other men who are seen as 10, and they're paying for escorts. What I'm showing is how corrupt, like, this whole narrative of what beauty is and what high value is.
Open your mouth like this, you lie down like this, and then you open your mouth, and then you do their ass like this and shit in your mouth. Their dogs will shit in your mouth, and then you have to eat. You have to eat the poo-poo. Yes. They'll have sex with you. So they'll give you any money you want, but a person you come the dog will fuck you, and he too will fuck you, his friends will fuck you, and then they will give you money.
When are y'all going to admit that y'all are prostitutes? The lifestyle that some of y'all are promoting is literally modern day prostitution. Whether you want to admit it or not, y'all love covering it up with get that bag, only using for what he has, da 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 da. But y'all forget to mention, like, bro, they're not doing this out the kindness of their heart. Y'all are selling that twat. I just recently seen the pictures and the videos of Aoki, 21-year-old woman with a 60-something-year-old man. I don't care how rich the man is. I'm not about to be running around here with my grandfather's age mate. One thing I've learned is to never envy somebody's life on social media, because you never know what they're doing for this money. These girls be posting up these luxury trips, these luxury bags, and black girl luxury or luxury in general. But what are you doing for that money? I don't know about y'all, but laying down with damn near a corpse who has gray pubes and saggy is crazy.
I'm your hostess, Reminute Princess. These are my last thoughts. I hope this gives an insight for both men and women about the industry, especially when it comes to these IG models and IG influencers who are selling a lie to everyone about how they're living. What inspired me as well, the story behind Destiny Hamilton, it made me really curious about how popular is this industry, the escort industry is. How often does it happen? Who's doing it? And how they're making their money? And to me, it's quite evident that it's a really big part of the entertainment industry. It's a really big part of these wealthy men's lifestyle as well. But they're paid to just do what they're paid to do and get opportunities and clout for it. So it's not really a conversation people are just openly having, but it is happening. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!